Hello everyone, Valor here. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial video on how to draw a dragon. Today we're going to be drawing the head. The head defines what the character is supposed to look like. It can be any type of snoot, it can be more of a cat-like snoot, but I decided to go with more of a Dutch Angel Dragon snoot. And the eyes, I went with something big, so I wanted to make this character more of a soft boy. As you can see, his head's more defined. Here we are placing his horns on his head. The horn placement does define the character. I decided to give him more floppy ears. Some characters can have ridges in their ears, but I decided to give him ear fluffs instead to make him more adorable. Next, we're going to be working on his neck. He doesn't have that much of a big neck like a Baki character, so I decided to give him more of a gentle boy neck. His chest is more defined, his waist is more slim. The little oval you see there is to define how far I want his crotch to be. And there you go. His thighs were a little bit too big, so I thought I'd dial them back down a bit. Here is where I'm going to be finding the placement for the back calves and his knees. I decided to cut them back a little bit, so I went for the little heels that I do for the legs. I decided to make his beans, but for some reason they weren't looking good, so I decided to trace over them with the other layer and decided to merge them after I was done. As you can see, I'm fixing them, and now I'm adding the beautiful claws that represent the dragon. He's looking more dragon-like now that he has claws. I decided to add some fluff because he is a fluffy boy. Sometimes the fluff can be too much, so I had to dye it back just a little. Next, we're working on his arms. His arms define how much they look. Sometimes you can have them look straight like noodles, or you can make them look more muscular or slim, feminine. I decided to make them a little bit more skinny, but with more of cat-like hands for beans. But I gave him longer claws. I also added him some abs. I might change those later, or I might get rid of them, I don't know. His hands were looking a little bit wonky, so I decided to change those in a bit. I wasn't happy with them, so I was like, you know what, let's just fix them up a little bit. And I still kind of wasn't happy, so I decided to trace one side. Oh, I guess I didn't. Nope, I guess I did. I think I did this part, I don't remember. There we go. I decided to add that a little bit there. I think I copied and pasted on one point and tried to make it more bent. There we go. See? Yep, I bent it. Just a tad bit. Then I erased the one side, then I copied and pasted it, merged it, and then boom chicka boom, they're on the same layer. I decided to fix up his beans a little bit to give him more beans. Oh, see? He got the big old dragon claws. I gave him some fluff on his shoulders and elbows, got rid of the chest, puffed up his chest to make it more fluffy, and gave him a belly button. Here we are adding his hair. Sadly, I had to erase one side of the head to make his hair look like it's not see-through. And actually it looks a lot better like that. I kept the eye and the eyebrows. Here you can see me adding the wings. The circles that you see that are on his chest represent where the wings would be placed if it was backwards. And that helped me a lot when I made these wings. Then what I did was erase them so the red is behind instead of in front, because we're not doing his backside yet. I made his wings more realistically big, so it would be better for when I drew him. I believe I'm just going in here and alpha locking everything and making sure. Yep, and I turned it over. I think the next thing we were going to do was his tail. I had to think how long I wanted his tail to be depending on what I was doing. So I think I went with something, but I don't know if I went with like a long or a short tail. Oh, see? Yep. What I did there with the circle was place where the spine would be for the tail. As you can see, there's a spine in the middle. I ended up erasing that at the end and only showed what needed to be showed. And there's his tail. I didn't know what type of design I wanted his tail to have, so I think I went with the normal spikes, and then I added, I think, a fin at the end. Yeah, I think I added a fin at the end because I liked it, actually. It was something I didn't know I was going to do, so I thought I added it at the end. So I went over it with red, and I decided to fix it up a little bit. And then I went back with it and faded the fin. Oh, look at the little fin. He looked like a little fish. Then I erased the black lines and made it look like it was not showing through the tail spikes. And that's what I did with my dragon. I hope this tutorial helped anybody. If not, just comment down below and I'll fix anything you need.